Student, today we continue our class with surface chemistry, okay, from catalyst. Student, a catalyst is a substance which influences the speed of a chemical reaction without itself undergoing any chemical change at the end of the reaction, and the phenomena is known as the catalyst. Okay, so catalyst is a substance which influences the speed of the reaction only, and without itself undergoing any chemical change at the end of the reaction. So this process is called catalysis, and catalysis is of two types: heterogeneous catalysis and homogeneous catalysis. Heterogeneous catalysis, when the catalyst is in a different phase from that of reactants, the phenomena is known as heterogeneous catalysis. So in heterogeneous catalysis, states of the catalyst are different from the state of the reactants or products. For example, oxidation of ammonia to nitric oxide, that is 4NH3 plus 5O2 gives 4NO plus 6H2O. So here catalyst is platinum, which is in solid state, and all the reactants, that is ammonia and oxygen, are in gaseous state. Our products, nitric oxide and water, also is in gaseous state. So physical state of the reactant and products and catalyst are not in same. Okay, so this type of catalysis is called the heterogeneous catalysis. Okay, in contact process, for the manufacture of sulfuric acid, we get as a catalyst vanadium pentoxide, which is in solid state. But our reactants, sulfur dioxide and oxygen, are in gaseous state. Our product, sulfur trioxide, which is in also gaseous state. So states are different with the catalyst, with the reactants and products. Okay, now adsorption theory. Okay, adsorption theory of the heterogeneous catalysis. Modern theory has 5 steps. First one, diffusion of reactant on the surface of catalyst, adsorption of reactant molecules on the surface of catalyst. Chemical reaction takes place on the surface of heated catalyst through formation of intermediates and desorption of product molecules from the surface of catalyst. Diffusion of product away from the surface of the catalyst. First one, diffusion of reactant on the surface of the catalyst. Second one, adsorption of reactant molecules on the surface of catalyst. Third one, chemical reaction takes place on the surface of the heated catalyst through the formation of intermediates. Fourth one, desorption of product molecules from the surface of catalyst. Next one, diffusion of product away from the surface of the catalyst. Okay, so these are the adsorption theory of heterogeneous catalysis. Okay, now we discuss about homogeneous catalysis. When the catalyst is present in the same phase as that of the reactants, the phenomena is known as the homogeneous catalysis. When the catalyst is present in the same phase as that of reactants, the phenomena is known as the heterogeneous catalysis. When oxidation of sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide in the presence of nitric oxide is an example of heterogeneous catalysis. Here state of the sulfur dioxide and oxygen is gaseous state, and product also sulfur trioxide is in gaseous state, but our catalyst nitric oxide is in also gaseous state. So all the catalyst and reactants and products are in same phase. So these type of catalysis is called the heterogeneous catalysis. Okay, inversion of sugarcane, hydrolysis of ester, these all are the examples of heterogeneous catalysis. Okay, so there are some important characteristics of catalytic reactions. That is, a catalyst remains unchanged in mass and chemical composition at the end of the reaction. Okay, a small quantity of catalyst is generally needed to produce almost unlimited reactions. And a catalyst cannot in general initiate a reaction. Okay, and a catalyst is more effective when it is finely divided. A catalyst is specific in its action. A catalyst is specific in its action. Change of temperature changes the rate of catalytic reaction as it would do for the same reaction without a catalyst. A catalyst does not alter the final position of equilibrium, although it decreases the time required to establish it. Okay. Now we discuss about important features of solid catalyst. First, the activity of catalyst. The ability of a catalyst to increase the rate of reaction is called activity of a catalyst. For example, a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen does not react at all under normal conditions. Activity of catalyst. The activity of a catalyst to increase the rate of reaction is called the activity of a catalyst. Okay, and when we take a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen, does not react at all under normal conditions. But in the presence of platinum as a catalyst, they act or they react with explosive violence. Okay, and selectivity of a catalyst. It is the ability of a catalyst to direct a reaction to yield a particular product. For example, both dehydrogenation and hydrogenation of ethanol are possible. But in presence of a suitable catalyst, only one reaction is made to occur. Okay, so dehydration, that is CH3CH2OH, in presence of aluminium oxide, we get ethene, CH2 okay, plus H2. And dehydrogenation, that is CH3CH2OH, in presence of copper and 573 Kelvin temperature, we get formaldehyde, okay, plus hydrogen. Okay, and catalytic promoters. Catalytic promoters, a substance which, though itself not catalyst, promotes the activity of a catalyst, is called a promoter of a catalyst. In fact, a promoter is a catalyst for a catalytic reaction. For example, molybdenum acts as a promoter for the iron catalyst in the manufacture of ammonia by the Haber's process. Okay, and shape selective catalyst. Shape selective catalysis, the catalytic reaction which depends upon the pore structure of the catalyst and the size of the reactant and the product molecules, is known as the shape selective catalysis. Zeolites exhibit shape selective catalysis because of their honeycomb like structure. Okay, And zeolites are the microporous aluminosilicate having the general formula Ml2 SiO2 M plus H2, where N is the charge of the metal ion and M are the charge of metal ion, and they have honeycomb like structure. Before being used, they are heated in vacuum so that water of the hydration is lost. As a result, they become porous. The pore size is in the range of 260 to 740 ppm picometer, and the catalytic reactions taking place in zeolite depends upon the size and shape of the reactant and product molecules, as well as the pores of the cavities of zeolites. That is why zeolites are called the shape selective catalysis. And zeolites have found uses of catalysts in the petrochemical industries for cracking of hydrocarbons and isomerization. Okay, and it converts alcohol directly into gasoline by the dehydration. Now we discuss about enzyme catalysis. Enzymes are complex nitrogenous organic compounds produced in living cells of plants and animals. Chemically, enzymes are globular proteins with a high molar mass ranging from 15,000 to 1 lakh gram per mole. They are also called the biocatalyst as they catalyze a large number of chemical reactions that occur in the bodies of plants and animals to maintain their life process. Okay, there are so many characteristics, that is enzymes form a colloidal solution in water and hence they are very active catalyst. Like inorganic catalyst, they cannot disturb the final state of the equilibrium of a reversible reaction. They are highly specific in nature, that is one catalyst cannot catalyze more than one reaction. They are highly specific in temperature also. Okay, and the optimum temperature of their activity is 35 degrees centigrade to 40 degrees centigrade. They are deviated at the higher temperatures. Okay, and their activity is increased in presence of certain substances known as coenzymes. Okay, and a small quantity of enzyme catalyst is sufficient for a large change. The enzyme activity can be reduced by the presence of certain compounds known as inhibitors. The use of many drugs is based on their action of enzyme inhibitors in the body. Okay, and in stomach, enzyme pepsin converts proteins into peptides, whereas in intestine, pancreatic trypsin converts proteins into amino acids by the hydrolysis. So these amino acids are absorbed by the blood and are used in the building of tissues. Okay, and ptyalin enzymes present in human saliva converts starch into glucose. Okay.